Today I have another game pickups video for you. I was able to go to my favorite thrift store and a few other places this week hunting, finding some what I think is cool stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So first up, my favorite thrift shop around the corner had some new things this week, some stuff that I wasn't crazy interested in, which we'll talk about. It's a discussion. So I bought this first one. It's Angry Birds, the Angry Birds trilogy. It was $6. Like they price all of their games, $6, but it was half off day, so it was $3. So these games, I don't have a PS3. I don't have a PS3. But they had a bunch of PS3 games, and I'm kind of in the market for a PS3. And so I saw these sitting there over the week and decided that if they were still there on Saturday, nobody else wanted them, and they were still there on Saturday for half off day, I would go ahead and take a look at them and pick up some of them if they look good. And these all look super good, you guys. So for $3 each, I picked up the Angry Birds trilogy. I've never played Angry Birds, been interested in it. And if and when I get a PS3, I will be able to play this. So that was the first one. The second one that I took a look at was this Transformers game, Transformers Dark of the Moon. Again, same half off, so it was $3. And it had this little Blockbuster case in there, but we don't need that. But also complete. These are beautiful discs as well, not scratched at all. You know, the cases on some of them are a little bit rough. Like this one looks like someone's dog might have gotten a hold of it and chewed it a little bit. But the game disc itself, which is what I care about most, looks really good, looks playable. And so, again, Transformers, not a series that I've played before. I know some of those games are kind of expensive, and I actually looked this one up after the fact, that it goes for around $20 usually. So to pick that up for $3 and be able to try it out, I don't know if that's one of the like better ones or what, but I figured for $3, when I get a PS3, I'll be able to play a Transformers game, and that's really cool. Well, the next one that they had was Beyond Two Souls. Again, $3. This one did not have a manual, but again, the disc is in really, really good shape. And I've played this game. I have it digitally on PS4. And so it's nice to own a physical copy of it. And I definitely would trophy hunt this one again. Those two, I don't think so. They have like multiplayer and long grindy looking stuff that I'm just not interested in. But I would definitely trophy hunt this one again because I liked this game. Not my favorite Quantic Dream. I think my favorite Quantic Dream game is probably Detroit Become Human. Followed by Heavy Rain, and then this one after that. But they all are games that I've enjoyed. Similarly, Uncharted 2, I couldn't pass up Uncharted 2 for $3 complete with this. I think this manual looks super cool. It just like, it looks like his leather diary, like a journal that he keeps stuff in, right? Uncharted 2 is my favorite of the Uncharted games, and so even though, again, this has multiplayer, and I wouldn't trophy hunt on this one again, but to have this one just as in my collection, I think that's really cool. And I'd be interested in going back and like seeing how it plays on the PS3 in comparison to the one that I've played before on the PS4. So that one I thought was cool. This one, I couldn't pass up Mass Effect 3. I mean, even though it's Mass Effect 3, which is my least favorite of the original trilogy, they had FemShep on the cover already. They had the cover reversed so that it was FemShep on the cover, and it's a super clean copy, no scratches and everything. I couldn't pass up Mass Effect. It's my favorite game series, so I couldn't leave this in the shop sitting by itself for $3. Like, it needed some love. So it came home with me. And again, I might trophy hunt Mass Effect 3. It depends on if the multiplayer is still going by the time I get a PS3. The last of the PS3 games that I picked up here from the thrift shop was Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. Again, these were all $3 each. And so I recently picked this up for Xbox 360 where I am gonna play it, but I figured, you know, I'll definitely play it again. Like, I love these older Genesis games. I love Sonic. So definitely would do it again on PS3 and trophy hunt probably for it. So when I get a PS3, I'll have this one. And this one is actually better than my 360 copy because it's less scratched up. It doesn't have really any scratches, and it has the manual, and my 360 copy didn't. So that was nice to pick up. So I figure, even though I don't have a PS3 yet, it was cool to grab those games. You know, they were cheap and good games, you know, at least of the ones that I've played. Really, really good titles, solid stuff for the PS3, so that when I get one, I'll have some good stuff already in my library to play. The thrift shop game, it's one of those things where you kind of take what you get, right? Because you don't ever know what's going to be in there. And so I could have said, I'm going to pass up on those because I don't have a PS3 right now. I'll buy PS3 games when I get a PS3. But for $3 a piece for a bunch of games that are in really good condition, that are not scratched up, that most of them have their manuals, all of them have their cases, you know, for $3 each, I think it was definitely worth that to go ahead and have some of these games. And like I said, I let them sit there on the shelf. If folks had wanted them earlier in the week, they could have grabbed them, but they were still there when I went on Saturday, so I picked them up. The last thing that I got, or the last game that I got from the thrift shop, was this copy of Battlefield 3. I don't know a whole lot about Battlefield 3. I played Bad Company 2 and really enjoyed that. And so I know that DICE made some really good Battlefield games around this time. I just wasn't into the multiplayer. But again, it was half off day, so this was $3. It was a nice copy, and both discs has both of them, even though the multiplayer disc is probably never gonna get played. But they were very, very clean, like super shiny. And so I was like, you know, for $3, I might as well give the campaign a shot, and then if I don't like it, I can trade it in or something. But it's just when I see a really nice, clean copy of a game like that at a thrift shop, it makes me want it. So ended up picking up Battlefield 3 as well. Then I got a couple of other cool things from my thrift store. They have this Halo Ghosts of Onyx book, which follows on after Halo 3, I do believe. And so it was $2, but it was half off. So for $1, I thought that would be pretty cool, a pretty cool read and something neat to add to my gaming collection. It's a little rough. It's in a little rough shape, but the pages are still there, so I can still read it. And another book that I found, this was in the young adult section, so I think this is a book for the young adults. It's the Last Descendants Tomb of the Khan from the Assassin's Creed series. It just looked interesting. I liked the cover. I liked the cover art. I like Assassin's Creed. And so, you know, this was $3, so $1.50. So I thought that would be worth giving a shot at reading for that price. So put you up there. Come on, Space Invader. You gotta hold up my bookshelf. Okay. So those were my pickups from my local thrift shop. I think I got all of those things on the same day. I looked at all of these things throughout the week. I had gone a few days before and kind of picked out some stuff. None of this was stuff that I was dying to have, like I had to have. I was like, yeah, if somebody else wants these things, I'm not gonna snatch them away from someone else who might have a PS3 and really, really be wanting to play Mass Effect 3 tomorrow. But if they're still there on Saturday for half off day, I'll grab them. And they all were. And so I picked them up. So those were my favorite thrift shop pickups. So the next place that I went this week was actually a pawn shop. I don't go to pawn shops very often, but this is one that I had been to before, and I knew they had a game shelf where they had some games, and I'd found a couple of things there before. So I was in the area, so I just dropped by. And they didn't have a whole lot. A lot of the stuff was kind of icky and dirty and nasty, which is, I guess, what you get when you go thrifting and pawn shopping. However, they did have this game, which is, believe it or not, a game that I have wanted. It always looked interesting to me because I just love Disney World. I love Disneyland, Disney World. I went there as a child. I have such nostalgia for it and such good memories of going with family and friends and a school trip and various things. And, you know, say what you will about Disney and yeah, it's corporate and blah, blah, blah. But being a kid and going there, it was such an awesome experience in my childhood. And it's a theme park, right? Like you're going through the theme park. The insert here is a map of the theme park, just like you would get when you go, you know, and a lot of the rides and stuff that I had been on. And so it's just kind of like a virtual going through an older version of Disneyland and Disney World. And so for $2, which is what they were asking for this, I couldn't pass it up. It's my childhood. It's Disneyland, you know. Although it was Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, actually. I was on the East Coast, so it was always Disney World that we went to. So couldn't pass that one up. But that was the only thing that I grabbed from there. I was kind of interested in Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Xbox One just to complete my collection. I have it digitally, but I would kind of like a physical copy. But they wanted $8 for it, which was, if they would have taken $5, I would have picked it up. But I feel like I can find a copy of that for $5. It was also a little grimy, and so I was like, that's a little bit more than I wanted to spend on that one. So passed on that. The next place I stopped in this week was a GameStop, and they had Alpha Protocol on 360. This is a game that I've been looking for the past few months since I've been collecting some of these older titles. This is one that I was always interested in. It's an RPG by Obsidian, who made Fallout New Vegas and more recently The Outer Worlds. So a really good studio. Was always kind of interested in this one, but just never picked it up. And for $6.64, which is a little under what it normally goes for, I definitely couldn't pass this up. It didn't have the manual in it when it was on the shelf, but they had it in the drawer with the game. And so I was super stoked that it came with that. I was prepared to buy it without because I don't have to have the manuals for all my games, though I prefer to have them complete. Though I prefer to have them complete, I don't have to have the manuals for everything, but it was very, very nice that they had that. And so I am stoked to be able to play Alpha Protocol here at some point. That was definitely one that I wanted. And the last game that I picked up this week was actually a new game. picked up from Amazon. So this is Daymare 1994 Sandcastle, and it looks kind of like a survival horror, sort of like in the style of the new Resident Evil remakes. It looks kind of like. I've just seen some gameplay of it. It looked interesting. I think it's supposed to be, you know, it's like a AA. It's not gonna be as polished as something like your Resident Evil remakes, but I love survival horror games, and so I thought that this was definitely worth giving a shot. It was only like $10. I think it was a little less than $10 on Amazon, brand new. And so I was like, for that, I will grab a copy of Daymare 1984? 1994. There are a couple of different ones, and they have, I think one's 1998, this one's 1994. I'm not sure where they are in the timeline. I will find that out. I think this is the first one, and then the 1998 one is after that, but correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but I think that this was the first one that they made. And so we're going to check that out here at some point and play some good old survival horror. Last couple of things. So that was all of the games that I got and a couple of books. But I did pick up a couple of other things this week. First, from a Goodwill, I found this t-shirt. So it's a Super Mario Brothers t-shirt. It's got Luigi, Mario, and Yoshi, and it says Super Mario on there. And I thought that that was really cool. It was only $3, and it's in pretty good shape. And I just thought it was a cool shirt. And so I picked it up. $3 for a nice t-shirt. Can't go wrong. Also at that same Goodwill, they had this Kirby plush. And it's so cute, and it was really clean. It had a little, it's now got some of my cat hair on it because my cat's been playing with it a little. He likes to assert his dominance. But it had a little bit of dirt on there, but I was able to clean that up very easily just with some water. It just had one little spot on it. But other than that, in really, really good condition. You can see on his butt, he was only $3. And so for $3, I picked up Mr. Kirby and thought that he was cool. And the last thing, continuing this Nintendo theme, I guess, my thrift shop also had this set of Super Mario drinkware. So these are glasses and silicone coasters, and they had this, and I saw it, they had it in the glass case that they have where they keep some of their more expensive items or whatnot, things that they think people might try to steal, I think. They had this in the case, and it wasn't marked with the price on here, and so I saw it earlier in the week, but I was like, I'll see if it's still there on Saturday when it's half off, and it was still there, and it's got all 4 of the glasses in there, and all the coasters are actually still sealed in their plastic, which is super cool. But it's got all these little coasters, the star and the fire flower, coin, and the little mushroom. And then the glasses themselves are in really good shape. It does look like maybe they were used a little, but they still look like they're in really good shape in terms of the prints on them and stuff. I'll just show one of them here. And these guys, they had them marked at $12.99, but they were half off, so they were $6.50 for a really nice set of 4 cool Super Mario glasses and coasters that are brand new. So I thought that those were pretty cool, and I decided to pick them up. It looks like they were from GameStop originally. So those are my pickups for the week. I think I did a pretty good job. You guys let me know what you think of my pickups this week. What's your favorite thing? If you would have picked up any of those things. If you think I'm crazy for picking up PS3 games before I actually have a PS3. I'm going to find one for a good price that's in good condition here at some point. And, you know, and then I will be able to play these things. But until then, I still feel good about picking them up, you know. It's, you got to take what you get when you go to the thrift shop. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you've been picking up. I hope you've been having a great week, and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, this is Dormouse03 coming to you with another game pickups video. Today we have my cat. Hi Brutus. What do you smell? Oh honey. Oh, hi. Hello, sweetness. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say, I'm a beautiful boy. What did you just move? Yeah, you're a good boy. But Mommy's trying to record this right now. And you are sitting yourself right in the middle of where I'm trying to record. My son. My beautiful son.